welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Christmas video. Today I'm going to be attempting to cutify some Poundland decorations. If you don't live in the UK, Poundland is basically the dollar store. It's our version of the dollar store. Everything is £1. And this year, I'm not gonna lie to you, this year they have pulled it out of the bag. They have some really nice Christmas decorations. Some of them are actually kind of cute as they are, but I want to see if I can improve on them. Others, however, we got a lot of work to do. So let's get cracking and see what we can do. For my first project, I'm going to start with this, which is a very sad looking Christmas tree from Poundland. If you look closely, you can actually see what should be the trunk of the tree. He looks a bit sad. But I found this garland and these garland ties that I thought I could try and use to fluff him out. So let's see what we can do with these. I'm going to start by wrapping all of this garland around the middle of the tree, and then we'll fluff him out with some garland ties. He's definitely looking a lot fuller now. Before I put the garland ties on and give him a few extra branches, I'm gonna put him in a new pot. I found this little ceramic pot with a lid in the kitchen section, so I thought I'd use this. Can keep the lid for something else in the future. So I'm just using my hot glue gun and securing him into the base of this pot. Now taking these garland ties, I'm tying them around the tree in the spots where there's not many branches. Tie them tightly around the middle, give them a twist, and then you'll have two new branches. I also noticed that if you point the branches upwards, it gives it a bit more of a realistic tree feel. I found this snow spray in Poundland as well, and I think it will give it the perfect frosted look. Now I'm decorating the tree with some fairy lights, baubles, and these little present toppers from the craft section. And with that, I think we're finished. This is what it looks like. For my next project, I'm going to see if I can kind of improve this joy sign, which is already really cute. I'm going to very gently pry off the snowflake and sand back any of the wood with a nail file. I think it will need a quick touch up of paint because there are a few scratches, and then with some of that decorative wreath, I'm going to make a very, very small mini wreath to replace the O. Back in with the snow spray. Taking this piece of frayed ribbon, I'm going to create a little bow to put at the bottom of the wreath, and that's it for this one. It's so simple. This next project is for those of you who hate to sew, but don't worry, if you love to sew, I did something very similar last year. I will link that up in the cards. I'm taking 2 of these packs of tea towels from Poundland and using the green design to create a cushion. Flip it over and don't forget to cut out the tags. Very important because you don't want those sticking out. And then place them wrong sides together. We're gonna glue this using hot glue, and you might be thinking, Hermione, don't use that on fabric. It won't stick. It sticks like crazy. You will never get this thing apart. Luckily, this is a seasonal cushion and it won't get much use throughout the year, but you can spot clean this if you spill anything on it or you think it needs a bit of a clean or a freshen up. If you're doing this, make sure you work in small sections with the hot glue, leave one side open and then stuff it with a pillow. Then you can go in with your hot glue and close it up. I found this gold lantern in the home decor section, pretty sure it was a bit more than £1. Poundland, don't do this to me. And I'm taking this tiny little ceramic Santa's workshop and I'm giving it a coat of white paint just to make it look a little bit more modern and minimal, and we're going to create a bit of a winter scene inside the lantern. While the house is drying, I'm going to take the time to fill the lantern with some fake snow and these tiny bottle brush trees from the craft section in Poundland. So cute! You could also put some little fairy lights in here too. When I found these mildly, somewhat, just a little bit tacky headbands in Poundland, I knew I had to do something with them, so I'm going to attach them to this scrap piece of wood. It's looking a bit scruffy, but don't worry, it's going to get covered up. So I'm going to cut all of the letters off of the top of the headband. They're made of foam, they're really easy to cut off, and I'm going to attach them. And because this doesn't quite match my Christmas theme, I'm going in with some white acrylic paint and going over the green letters, not forgetting to do all of the edges as well. And without further ado, this is how this one turned out. And of course, yes, I did keep one of the headbands to actually wear on Christmas. I kind of secretly love it. When looking at these next two pieces, they don't look brilliant from far away. They remind me of my primary school Christmas decorations. But if you look on the back, they've got really good frames on them. So I'm going to take off the tinsel and see what we can do. If I'm picking tinsel out of my carpet for weeks, I'm going to be very upset. Oh my god. Everything is covered in tinsel. You can actually reuse a lot of these tinsel scraps. I managed to get quite a few big pieces, and all the small ones would look really nice in a clear glass ornament. So save those if you can for another craft project. You should be left with two frames that look a little something like this. Once again, I'm going to use some more of this garland and I'm going to wrap it around the Christmas tree frame to start. This was one of those garlands. I just need a tiny bit more to finish this off. So the Christmas tree is looking a whole lot better, a little bit fluffy around the edges, pretty much how I'm going to be after my Christmas dinner, but you know, it's much better. For the snowflake, I wanted to try something a bit different, so I wrapped it in twine, but very quickly realized there were lots of gaps and loads of bits where it was getting kind of lumpy looking. I have a feeling this one's not going to work out. So let's keep this one as simple as possible and tidy up all of the edges of the plastic with some scissors and a nail file to make it nice and neat. Once it's been neatened up, I'll be able to spray paint it, and then I can add some decorations or some lights and have more of a minimal looking piece. Just to add a little extra spice to the snowflake, I'm going to decorate it with some of these tiny micro fairy lights, and you guessed it, they're also from Poundland. And you know what? This one I really like. I think it looks kind of good.
This next DIY is one that I am absolutely not looking forward to because I bought these completely nightmare-inducing nutcrackers from Poundland, and I'm gonna try and make them look a little bit less horrifying. Look at this. I hate this. I hate it so much. I'm really sorry, little man. Let's fix them. I'm gonna start by taking out their little spears. One of them's already lost his beard, but we're going to try and take the beard and the Einstein hair off the back of them too. To do this, I'm going to use a hairdryer to apply some heat to the glue underneath and then try and pry them off using a tool. You could use some tweezers or just pick away at them using some scissors. These guys are starting to look slightly less terrifying, so I'm going to take them outside and I'm going to spray paint them white all over to give them a fresh start. I think I want to make these look very modern and minimal, so once they're dry, I'll come back in with a small amount of black paint or a pen, and then I will add in a little bit of those details that they lost once I painted over them. So that is everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you're going to attempt some of these DIYs that I made in today's video. Do you give them a thumbs up, thumbs down? Be honest, let me know in the comments down below. And with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. Happy Poundlanding, and see you next time. Bye!